Who are the candidates at the return spots that you're looking at right now?
Right now, once again, we haven't started in a return game, but we have guys back there. David Wells is a guy. Uh, Riddick is a guy. Who else? Those are the two right now, returning wise, that we're looking at in the punt return game. Yeah.
Is that something that you would consider Hankerson for?
Yeah, Hankerson is more of a kickoff return guy. Right now, we're working punt, and that's why we're working punt return guys. Zach Carter has been a guy, but he's been down, so he hasn't been in there. But we got a lot of options for the punt return, and maybe jam and kickoff return. We got a lot of options.
Who do you think is going to be of the four team return kick? Who will be the busiest guy, meaning guy on all four units?
All four special teams units.
Yeah.
Right now, I would say Jake Rako would be one of the guys I know who's going to be a four level.
All four, yeah.
All fours, yeah. He's a guy right now. Man, there's a lot of guys, and it all depends too, like offense and defense, how much work they're getting on offense and defense, and kind of spacing that out to where you're not just having a guy who's a starter on offense and defense and then trying to work all four. It just kind of depends on who's getting a lot of reps on offense and defense also.
Yeah. What is it? What is it about Jake that makes him the candidate for?
I mean, he can run. He's tough. He's physical. He's smart. He's a guy that has bought into special teams and wants to be on them. I think special teams for the most part is like who's bought in and who wants to really be on it, right? It's not a chore. We tell these guys right now to be on special teams is a privilege. It's not a chore to be on special teams. You got to want to do it. It's a big part of the game, and we got to have guys that are buying in and to do it and playing hard, and it has to be more as important as offense and defense.
Who is somebody that you last couple of years, Josiah Irish was kind of a difference maker on the return on the four teams. Who's somebody you could see, making a big play, blocking a punt? Who's somebody that looks the part of blocking a punt, or maybe causing a fumble or something like that?
Once again, Jake. I refer to Jake. There's so many guys as I'm looking at it and thinking. J-Rob is a guy who's shown a lot of stuff on special teams. Aiden has shown a lot on special teams. Deb Goodman has shown a lot on special teams. I can go down the line with our offense and defensive guys. They've done a good job of buying into what we're trying to get done. And it's still kind of early, We haven't done our blocking drills. We haven't done, all we've been focusing right now on is punt. So for me to say that, I want to see him do it at practice and really see who has a knack for doing certain things in the special teams game.
Probably a better question a month from now.
Right.
When you see
100%. 100%. Yes.
Like you said, you want people on special teams who want to be there. That's always kind of been that unit of players who aren't the top of the depth chart wanting to get on the field. How much more important do you feel like that's been to these players with so many new players on the roster?
Right. Well, once again, it's like some people think that it's not you're a second team guy or a third team guy playing on special teams, but our motto is like the best players are going to play special teams. Could be a first string guy, second string, third string guy. We want to buy in from the whole team. If we want to be good on special teams, everyone needs to buy into what we're doing, okay? That way we have a lot more depth, and then we can really get after it and be as good as we want to be.
How much confidence do you see from Everett this year? Now he's got all this experience, but he's had some trials too.
Yeah, he's had a lot of trials, but we're not talking about those trials right now. We're talking about moving forward, right? And so, and that's called. I wasn't here last year. He was here last year, and I told him like that was last year. This is this year, and you focus on what we got going and making sure that you're confident in what you're doing. And he has shown that he's feeling confident, and I want him to be confident in what he's doing so he can just go out there and execute and have a good season. So I feel like he's done a great job of leaving last year behind and focusing on what he's doing here now.
From what you've seen this spring early, what kind of range do you feel like he's got?
He has some range. Definitely has some range. I think he can hit one from 60, 61. He has to work at more of the intermediate stuff, 30, 35, those ones that are supposedly chip shops, right? But he needs to work on that and just being consistent on those. And then as he starts dialing on those, then we can get better on what we're doing and having them back up and feel confident and hitting it from deeper. If that makes sense.
How much as a coaching staff are you guys just, preaching that as a whole to this entire team that last year is last year? Let's leave that with everything that this team has gone through, how the offseason is shaped.
I mean, it has been big, man. Last year. It's a new team, new coaching staff, right? We got everything has to be forward, right? In the spring it was kind of like, everything's new, but we're past that point, man. And now this point is on what we got going on this year. Our focus is this year as a team moving forward. New staff, once again, new players, and we got to focus on moving forward.
What are you seeing out of the punting competition so far from Josh, AJ, and Max?
I mean,
over this first week?
it's a very good competition. All three of them are talented. In my opinion, I think all three of them could be the starter somewhere. So having that luxury of having three good guys is pretty good. I've been a couple places where I barely had one guy, So I mean, it's kind of helps me feel a little bit confident too.
What is the one or two main things that separate that position? For you.
For me, it's being consistent, getting the ball off quick, being confident in what you're doing, hang time, get off time, and just understanding the scheme of what we're doing. Right? We want to get that ball off quick so they can't block it. We want to have hang time to where they have to fair catch it, so we don't have to cover. That's my mindset.
The yardage isn't as
and yardage
well,
also
sure,
100%. Yeah,
Is that
for sure.
how big a factor is that? Because it seems like it's more about position these days and hang time and those sorts of things.
It's about hang time, distance, and takeoff, get off. All three of them, all important. Yeah.
Thanks, Coach.
All right, man.